loading screens. Just so you know, literally, I thought I was good. When I started this thing, little bit of casual. It's like the start of every good Game of Thrones episode. I don't know if we're talking about trouser snakes here or what's going on.
You know I don't find that amusing.
She also naked? Something looks great. Please say that's female.
It wasn't meant to amuse, but to prod you to hurry. It's midday already. Etchings.
By the way, I know jack shit about the Witcher's storyline, so I have no idea why he just woken up to have some naked girl in his bed. But, you know, well, I mean, just, like, reading a book nearby.
So, later then.
See you later.
And I feel like this is the kind of life I would be happy to have. Shame that my hair doesn't grow that long. I bet she gets kidnapped or killed. Is this the girl he was trying to find earlier? You think? Might be. Yeah, I think it is that girl he was trying to find earlier. When did she put clothes on? I've known like 2 women like that. It's gonna take a long time. So I have been informed that the loading screens on Witcher are almost never ending. Introduce games, core, blah blah blah, stuff goes on. Alright, so that makes you move. So, the mini map is in the upper right corner. Yeah, I got that. Objectives. Circle run. Looks around. L2 seems to focus on things. Which sensors? Talk to people. What? All these things. So I can turn out all the lights. There's magic. I can take keys. What I just took. Unlock doors. Go up to them and press that if you've got a key, I guess. It's not going to be very interesting at first while I'm playing here because I'm trying to learn everything because I don't want to die.
Juice.
I know. You might bring me some more once you're done training.
Oh, that wine. Yeah, basically, I have no idea of most of how to play this game at all because I've never played Witchers. So, thank you, Yusuf. I will most certainly enjoy playing this and just putting out fire everywhere. How do you run? Oh, that's not run. 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 Yeah. There must be a means of running like this. Oh, why have we got IGN? Is that have we got news channels included? I don't know which way I was meant to go. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm not meant to go down here. Oh. Okay, so some sort of square puts me into fight mode. Who am I meant to talk to? Oh, I was going the right way. Can't just jump out the window and take a shortcut.
Shit. Mountain Pass is beautiful as ever.
Oh! It's quite pretty. We're in some random castle. Cool. Okay, I guess we're gonna slowly walk wherever we need to go. But yeah, I've heard Death March, when you play it, you get wrecked really, really quickly. And I do not want to get wrecked really, really quickly. The heck is this?
Old Witcher's fast asleep. Ciri's disappeared somewhere, of course.
Oh, is this like a witch's training? Oh no, that's his bloke, his friend, isn't it? I guess all witches are chilling together in this castle. Tell you, my PlayStation is just struggling
Guess
to
she
play this game.
prefers practice to theory.
What?
I think he does
Time
as
to
well.
wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too.
Damn it. After taking notes on ghouls and owl ghouls, wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her
poison
slow
apple.
through that brick. No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays.
Big fan of the old books.
She's tackling the pendulums, right? How many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
Please say I'm not fighting her. I don't know. Don't get mad at her. We've spoiled her. Yes, we have.
Gotta admit, we've spoiled her.
We've spoiled her. I've been saying it from the start. Ciri needs a firm hand.
Been saying that true. But you let her walk all over you just like the rest of us do.
Fine. I suppose I'm partly to blame. But this has to end. Now. Killing monsters is not something to be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that, if she's to become one of us. I'll see you below.
Pretty clearly she's important from the second Witcher's game. Maybe they found her. I don't know. I don't know. Is it a guy or girl? Sounds like...
Wrong. Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike.
Must be a girl. It sounds like
You're not in this circus. Pirouette. Wrong. Footwork. Enough. Get down.
you're saying all this crap. Like I'm gonna take him over and
With
I'm
a
a
flick?
complete amateur.
What do you think? All right. Take off the blindfold. You've got work to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations? Though in your shoes, I'd fear Vesemir more than any strigger. Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know. And you know that's no excuse.
Where did we pick this girl
I'm
up?
sorry. It won't happen again.
But not.
Better not. Vesemir said if it does, he'll make you eat a bowl of slugs covered in salt.
You!
Exactly. So you'd best behave.
Begin tutorial. Done.
Of course. Is a Witcher school or an elven bathhouse?
There's elves in this?
Beat
How
you
do
to
you
the
run?
bottom.
Join Kyrian and run along.
Maybe
the-
if you fall.
This is sprint is X. What the hell am I meant to do? Am I just going to climb up ladders? Okay, there's no quick way to go up ladders. So, oh gee, wow, that's not the best looking jump I've ever seen. Right,
What did I tell you
this
about
is-
breathing?
makes sense.
Through your mouth, in rhythm with your steps.
Careful falling from a
Siri,
height
cut it
due to an
out.
injury. How do you go down normally? How do you fall normally then? Is there a way to fall normally? Oh well, I've not done it. Whatever it is, there's probably a proper way to go down ladders. Did you press next? Oh there, yeah. Oh, there's something on this table. No. I thought there's something on the table. Nah, it's just rope. Alright. It's most important to try and play the game. Ooh, flowers. Nice! So many bright things.
Run into trouble!
Am I meant to catch her? What's going on here? Oh.
I win.
Your legs are longer. I'll show you yet. Just need to grow a bit.
I'm going to do just sprint.
Oh no. Vesemir's got that look.
Okay, so we beat some kid. Oh, I didn't know realize it was a race. I thought I was just meant to follow her. You know, just we beat her. You just have to not use the ladders. She's too focused with not breaking her legs. Oh, what the heck are these guys? Look a bit scary.
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an owl ghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zeracania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
Because she listened.
So you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
So you did the reading. Why not admit it right off?
Never pounce on an advantage as soon as it appears. Wait till it stands to have maximum effect. Uncle Vesemir's words.
Well, you're a quick study. Quick, but mischievous.
Good signs.
Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword.
Wait, I've got to take someone on? Oh, God.
What do you think? Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
Fundamentals. Start at the beginning, please.
Should work on the basics. Even skilled masters need to hone the fundamentals, and Ciri's barely a novice.
We both know who the fundamentals is for. Witches must be prepared to fight enemies. Mainly use swords. They also have combat magic. Something about science, lots of powerful spells. But you can use. So basically, you got quick attack magic. Then you got like proper magic. You can use alchemy to make stuff that will boost your powers, and then you just.
Draw your sword, Geralt.
Hold on. Press right trigger to select target. When you have a target selected, all your attacks are directed towards it. Come back, but doing so can help you focus. You don't need to
Quick
target
cuts.
something.
1, 2, 3.
These quick attack.
Stop showing off, Geralt.
What I'm gonna do? Mount a quick attack singer.
Strong strike. Give it all you got. Never lock your elbow when striking, young lady.
Pathetic. Position, Ciri. Footwork. Remember.
I'm just gonna shoot ahead. Pretty straightforward. To roll out of the way of a blow, press these. So, trigger direction and X. I think he goes for like quick attack or something, I guess.
Now, parry. Ciri, see how Geralt holds his sword? It's angry.
What am I supposed to carry? Like a stupid dummy.
Pretend now, live later. Had enough? Riposte! Strike!
L2 just for your opponent strikes for one counter. Press L2 just for your opponent.
Maybe a storm's coming.
So if you time L2 right. Alright, so that's pretty decent then.
Who's next? Now, young lady. To bring the day to a close,
L1
we'll go over a
to
few
get
witches'
magic up.
signs.
Quinn sign.
Let's start with when.
R2 to activate spells.
Siri, Gwen is sometimes called the Witcher's Shield. Now watch carefully to see why.
What the fuck? What's that? The hell is that?
Cast Igni, Geralt. I want to see sparks fly. See? If not for the Quen sign, I'd be aflame by now. Hard, Geralt. Come on.
What am I doing? Odd sign. Some sort of shield.
Come on. Time for Axie. Damn it. I hate this feeling.
Don't know what if it does. Influence the opponent's mind.
Axie can really muddle your mind.
So you use this one to control their
Heard it
mind.
now. Show her, Geralt.
What we're doing? Yavin. Magic traps.
See this, Siri? Could. Damn it! Throw a bomb. Don't worry, Siri. Quen will dampen the blow.
There's also R3. R1. Okay. Go stand somewhere. So basically we got an idea now. So bombs, push, confusion, fire, shield, trap. We know what those do now. Okay, got the basics. Throw a bomb at the training place. This one. Boom. Oh, I guess that's the training place. Oh. So press R1 to highlight. Okay, done. The combat tutorial is now over. You may want you can continue training with the stop training and simply achieve your sword.
Come on.
I'm cool.
Continue training at will.
What the fuck are you doing? Bastard goes after me when I put my sword away. I thought we were cool. I thought we were cool. Oh, she wants to fight.
Whoa! You really showed him, kid.
Siri, get down here.
She upset again. She's gone off looking for the helmet.
A little she-devil. Soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Guess we better go hunting.
Find that helmet.
Oh, gone a bit missing.
Siri?
Is there a little... Does his lover go off looking for her then?
I'll make sure to find every last blade for you.
Oh, gotta burn this guy. You notice something?
What the?
I was gonna say who slashed it up with magic or something. Oh! Oh!
Vesemir.
We're under attack, bro. Oh!
I've long awaited this, and you, White Wolf.
No!
So, yeah, not great. Welcome to Witcher's 3, I guess. So, basically, our daughter. I don't actually know where we got this girl from. I don't know if she's like his daughter or if he just found her somewhere. But I'm going to just say for now his daughter's been killed by the undead horde. Okay. I'm not quite sure if the game is that easy to switch between weapons and whatnot. Oh no, I just realised. Loading screen. I'm going to try very hard to not get killed in this game. Very hard. Like, normally when I play these games, I'm a bit reckless in the style of fighting, and I'll get killed like 5 or 6 times before I work out how to solve the problem. But considering how long the loading screen is, I will try very hard not to die. Either that, or I might get into reading again. You know, I've got this book on the just over here. I'll just get that out. I think there's a section I should be reading. Tell me when the loading screen's finished. I was thinking of getting back into stories. Defenses to negligence and duty of care applications. Yeah, so I'm gonna what to look at? 269? 269. Yeah, just tell me in like 10 minutes when the loading screen has decided now is the time. Oh. Third party negligence. Just happened to flip onto the right one. Was I meant to be reading this area? Liability, cause and fact, damages, medical negligence. This whole section negligence then. So causes. Yeah, I think I've accidentally opened up to the negligence page that I was looking for. Maybe. I'll just read this then. Hypothetical third party negligence. We dealt with some issues arising from the case in Chapter 3 where we discussed the notion of negligence on the part of third parties. So it had been argued for the claim that by not referring There's this area of the law I need to print out. Oh shit. Something has happened to my screen while I wasn't looking. That is super amazing. Wonderful, wonderful. So now I've got to read a whole chapter on negligence. Have I any idea what the hell I'm meant to be talking about? I'm not a big fan of negligence, to be honest. Causation of problems. No. No contributions. Statutory duties. Diseases that risk harm. Look at that. Ah. The never-ending loading screen. Causation. The search for principles. Decision in Fairchild. I wish I'd taken better notes in negligence. Damn. Something about fairness. Non-torture exposures to joint appeals. Basically, by the way, I study law, so that's why you're hearing me talking about law-related things while we are waiting in this interval. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. 269. To die was inexorably cast in Fairchild, although, as already suggested, it is doubtful if that was then recognised, and it is noteworthy to that even when Kendry recognises. Oh, for God's sake! Why can't everyone speak English? It's not hard. Don't have to keep using all these conjunctives. No one cares if your paragraph is long. Judges should just get to the point more often. If they got a point to say, just say it. Don't need to say this, that, and all the rest of it, and then your point. Talking about percentages. Okay, I'll just skip that. Not material contributions after the Fairchild. In cases we have been discussing more than one potential causes of play, it appears that I don't even know what this causes are for. Are they negligence? Where's my other book gone that I had on this? This is Tort Law, the Cases and Materials. Where's my Horsley one that I use a lot more? Oh, there it is. Put that one back. Text and materials is just... Damn it, Steely. Why are you so confusing to read? Okay, so... That's right. This is definitely a best-selling tort law book. This one by Horsey and Rackety. Let's find the section I'm looking for. This is a different tort law book. Tort law, just so you know, is the law which covers things like contracts, and it's largely to do with negligence, duty of care. So, say you ever go into the health profession, you have a duty of care to your patients. Aha! Thank you. Section 1, tort of negligence. Just have 300 pages. Okay, great. So, I think I need to focus on the first 100. I need to focus on everything. Oh, god damn it. So we got historical development, explain historical development, don't need to read that. The role of modern law, don't need that. Elements of tort negligence, here we go. So we got, so I can start 38, page 38, so just like cut out about 40 pages there. Page 38, the duty, breach, causation, altogether. What else we got here? There's a very special case on causation, conclusion. Then we've got the duty of care. We've got Donahue and Stevenson, the Caparo cases, three-stage tests, where we are. And we've got third parties, where there's this element of control, the assumption of responsibilities, and adopting risks. Claimants and defendants, third parties, all the rest of it. Special duties. We'll ignore psychiatric harm. Don't need to worry about public bodies. Maybe we can worry about economic loss. Standard care. Defenses to negligence. That's going to be a thing. So someone's going to highlight the voluntary assumption of risk. There's going to be a mention of illegality. There's definitely going to be contribution to negligence going on. Why do I teach children the law? Massive amounts of time of my life thrown away on teaching children. I'll flip to page 38. Right. Because we've almost loaded up. Keep in mind, I'm not dead yet. Nothing has happened yet. The elements of tort and negligence. Okay, we're back. Guess it couldn't hack my legal tool. Oh, for God's sake. More loading. I wonder if one day, just keep in mind, this playthrough has been going for 30 minutes. And I'd say about half that time been devoted to the loading screen. Okay. I'm guessing Tubby was... Yeah, he's still around. Kid's probably dead. Those other two guys are dead. His girlfriend's still alive. Please don't put another loading screen up.
You
You just
all
said
right?
the last one. Right.
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn's some way off. We've got time.
Let's talk. Oh my god. Quasi loading screens. Why are there so many loading screens? Someone's got to explain this to me. People keep
Started in
telling
the
us
guest
from
room in
PC Master
Kaer
Race for this reason.
I was relaxing in a tub, and next to me,
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it? She's never been there. Seemed so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you about something?
I wouldn't say that.
True to life, indeed. We'll find her.
Oh, so you're saying he never slept with that black-haired girl? Apparently he's got some other girlfriend. I'm guessing is also dead.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
Those were the days. Little she-devil. I've trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character.
I don't remember that. I've never played the other one.
Didn't
so I don't
end
know.
well, did it? Your dream.
No. A wild hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
That's the problem. It was more. In the past, when Ciri'd appear in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger.
We taught her how to defend herself from anything, wraiths included.
I've never fought him. So I'll highlight that. Oh, okay.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Please don't put us in another loading screen. Oh my god. We just got out the last one. Maybe I'll avoid conversations in this game for the exact same reason.
Wait.
As avoiding
Show me
death.
the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Oh no, that
Didn't
sounds
overlook
like a loading
anything.
screen to me.
We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow our trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. How about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
We're gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
Yay!
Stuffed unicorn. Used it once or twice. In certain situations.
Oh,
The things young folk get up to these days.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh, but it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there.
horse is interested.
Wait, hear that?
I smell it. Ghouls.
They're shown silver health bar above their heads, indicating that you should fight them with your silver sword when you're wielding that.
That stench.
Go to this song first. You quick attack all the way with it. Hang on. Ignitus. Oh no. Oh no. Ah, God. No. No, okay. Back to the tort law book. The elements of the tort of negligence. The tort of negligence is, according to Percy Winfield, enduring definition, the breach of a legal duty to take care of an inadvertent act or omission that injures another. He encapsulates this in the legal duty owed by the defendant to the claimant. That would be from, for example, a police officer to a civilian. That's the legal duty. It's by law. It is expected. There's also an element of a breach of duty. That might be if it's in the terms of your contract. So, again, you might highlight a police officer in their terms of hiring them. Might say you meant to look after this one, or think of a hospital attendant expected to take care of someone in their ward. That might have been in the terms of their contract. The third is damages to the claimant caused by the breach. So, as long as it's not considered too remote. So, there's a breach of duty, and it can be sufficiently shown that the breach was caused by their acts, not some sort of indirect one. Number of preliminary points need to be looked at in more detail. You can raise defences against this that reduces the amount of damages paid. Negligence claim necessary. Anyway, so duty. A defendant will only be liable for their carelessness if they owe the claimant a legal duty to take care. Carelessness alone, however great, is not enough. Looking at Donahue, the law takes no cognizance of carelessness in the abstract. It concerns itself with carelessness only where there is a duty to take care and where failure to do that duty has caused damage. This is from the Donahue case. I believe many people would have heard of the Donahue case. Donahue versus Stevenson involves a small snail in a gentleman's ginger beer. We have more here though. The existence otherwise of a duty of care acts as a control mechanism, restricting or extending liability. In most cases, to establish a duty will be straightforward. It is, for example, well established that a car driver owes a duty of care to other road users, and that a doctor owes a duty of care to patients in their care. This comes from the Pippin and Shepherd case. Such cases are more likely to give rise to the factual uncertainties. For example, how far was the car going? What did or did not the doctor do? As opposed to the specific legal difficulties. So, when you establish there was a duty, the question is, what were the circumstances to the breach of the duty? You know, how severe was it? However, occasionally, but significantly, a court will have to consider whether a duty of care is or should be owed on the facts, despite blah blah blah, Donahue, blah blah blah, problematic duty of area, blah 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 blah. So we got the injury suffered is a consideration, whether it's purely psychiatric or economic, whether they are public body, whether the harm is caused by someone for whom the defendant was responsible. Third parties, whether injury is a result of the defendant's failure to act. This is a positive action, so we've got omissions and positive actions. So an omission is a failure to act. The court, in an effort to contain liability, have typically held that either that there is no duty on the public defendant or have severely restricted its scope, often citing public policy reasons. So the severe restrictions of scope, there is no duty on the part of the party. Courts employ the concept of duty of care as a means to deny liability, often in the context of significant carelessness, where they consider that it would be inappropriate to hold a defendant liable. So basically, duty of care is often used if the person who injured themselves is trying to put the blame on someone else. That's what the court means by a duty of care. You're saying, well, it's not really their fault that something happened to them, it's someone else. Breach principle. To say that the defendant owes a duty of care is also to say that their conduct must meet a certain standard. the standard criminal pair, accordingly, a defendant will requirement that the defendant will be liable for tort negligence only where they have failed to exercise reasonable care. Failed to exercise reasonable care suggests that negligence liability is both premised and dependent on fault. So we've got to have, there's a fault element here. It is not enough to show the defendant has harmed the client. Liability depends on having harmed the claimant as a result of failing to show reasonable care. The fault principle lies, there's some mention of a Kane case. The fault principle lies at the heart of the negligence tort. It works in two ways. First, the person who causes the loss of damage to another required to compensate that other. Secondly, a person who causes loss of damage to another without fault should not be required to compensate. So, if you did cause the problem, you owe money. If you did not, then no money is owed. Next we have causation and remoteness. The final element of the claimant for negligence is causation and remoteness. The defendant damage suffered by the claimant must have been caused by the defendant's breach of their duty. Prove not only that the defendant was at fault, but they breached the duty of care. So we're learning so much in this discussion right here while we're waiting on that loading screen. You're learning about negligence. This could be very useful for you if you ever decide to use an NHS doctor or an NHS hospital. I apologise for my general points here, but hospitals, like the police, have quite a number of cases these days to do with negligence. Overworked, under-respected, and as a result not having doing great things, and that they suffered a recognisable harm, but also that this was the result of the defendant's actions. So there's your positive stuff. We need them to have caused it, for it to have been a result of their actions. There must be a positive element or an omission that led to, which was just as good as a positive, that there was a breach of duty, that we can have a recognisable harm. Obviously with physical injuries it's a lot easier to recognise the harm than with psychological, because the law is not quite caught up on psychology. They actually cause a loss, in fact. It can't be too remote. This is the legal causation argument. It's not really straightforward. It's a different question. Putting it all together, so we need to know, was there a duty of care? Did they breach this duty according to the standard of care and the circumstances? And with the breach of their duty both under factual and legal cause for the claimant. Wow, look at that loading screen. Do you know, I feel like that loading screen started about 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago we've been going through the law. And final point here. Is the defendant able to raise any partial or full defences to the claim? Obviously that's not something you want. So if we add them all together, we've got the duty, there must be a breach, that we have causation, and then you minus off the idea of how remote the cause is. Then we take off any possible defences and we end up with the negligence. How negligent they are. If you put that all together, say we have a doctor, patient dies under his watch. The question becomes, did the patient die because of, say, malpractice? Did he administer something that led to their death? This might be considered criminal law as well, but say he just gets really sick, the person, they're not dead yet. That would probably be medical negligence. Then you take off the remoteness, so he administered the medicine that led to the person being sick. Did he know that they would be ill if exposed to the medicine? It would be one question. Another would be, was he aware of the dosage? For example, might he have thought he was administering like 6 milligrams of one type of drug and someone else put another type of drug in there? That's a remoteness argument. You could say, okay, well maybe he did what is the correct thing and he had checked it and vetted it and done everything he could have done, but this other person who cocked up and put the wrong medicine into the jar in the first place should be the person liable. That's a remoteness argument. Then we can bring in defences, so you could say stuff like, okay, it's a doctor, it's the medical system, no one's perfect, sometimes people do die, and there are cases to talk about this, saying that sadly malpractice is common enough in the industry that it is a possible defence to this situation, because you say it's very tough, doctors work very hard, there's no guarantee you'll save everyone. Anyway, it looks like we're pretty close to loading back in now. So I'll put that down, having now covered the breach of negligence. You know, like the early bits. Wow. I'll tell you what we do, I'll put the shield up. Clearly they attack you from the side, so I might put on that shield magic as well. That might be a good shout out. Just use that with quick attacks. Actually, what we could do is just get the fire magic out, right, and just keep taking steps back and just throw the fire up. Don't even attack them frontally. Get them burning. If they separate from the pack, then we can probably go after them with the light attacks and stuff. Just don't give them the chance. And then, you know, throw up last minute defences, block them. They strike, we sort of knock it back. That'll probably work. Problem is, a lot of these enemies are very quick, so that's my only issue. Please say we're not starting in some sort of conversation point, because while I do want to continue the conversations as I've done previously, I would rather not have to go through the wait. These enemies, I think it slaps us down there in about 4 or 5 hits, and we don't get out anything yet. Oh god, speed this along, come on! I don't want to be here. No. Come on, man. I'm literally pressing everything, just let me skip it. We're gonna get attacked in like 3 seconds, let's just get straight down to it.
You alright?
I can't even skip the conversation.
Had a nightmare.
And the game doesn't allow you to skip conversations.
Take forever to explain.
Especially when they know how long the loading screen is when you die like
Gone
this.
some way off.
You have a literal counter, guys, in the corner. You know how long I've been waiting. I'd really rather not talk about it. They usually get straight back into the battle. Screw all this. I hope that means that we just skip that whole monologue there. I really don't want to. I do, you know, like talking to the NPCs, going through all that stuff. But that'll take like another 3 minutes of, oh great, we're stuck in the loading screen again.
Gotcha.
So, time to hit the road.
Guys, I said like one sentence and we've had 3 or 4 loading screens. One gives Twitch straight, like a 9 out of 10 and all this.
Didn't overlook anything.
That
We were
loading
meant to
screen,
meet in
I'll give
Willoughby.
it a 4.
That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground.
Come on, just
All
let
we
me
can
skip
do is
the
follow our
conversation.
trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. How about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet.
Well, this bloke can even fight on his own. I ain't giving him help for
Willoughby
shit.
near Vizima.
He's alright with what he's doing.
Nothing
Look,
else
we
to
spent
guide us
almost
there.
an hour just on that loading screen.
What's
That
this
is
postscript?
most of this game is loading
I
screen.
still have the
I'd say about
unicorn?
30 to 40 minutes of this gameplay. Maybe about, yeah, 40 minutes out of 50 has been the loading screen. Screw it. Stuffed unicorn argument.
Stuffed unicorn.
God.
Used it once or twice. In certain situations.
The things young folk get up to these days.
Back on topic.
Why
How's
would
it
you
look?
even use a
How far
unicorn
behind
in that
Yennefer are we?
in that way?
2 or 3 days.
Is really
Trail's fresh. It looks like it leads towards the
interesting
main
use,
road.
I guess.
Could be muddled there.
And who's the unicorn horn being used on?
Wait, hear that?
I hear it. I smell it. Ghouls.
Up this. This. Keep your shield thing out, mate. Oh, no, 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 no. 9. Slow him the heck down. Oh, for God. No, I'm just not let it fight. Just quick attack all the way really is better. Oh no, oh no. Dodging. Dodging. I hope you like dodging too. How do we get the old wheel up? Fire! Fire! Where's my fire? Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Dodging. Where? Why can I not heal? Someone tell me why I can't heal. Oh god. That was not part of that. That was not part of that. Really close to dying now. And I want a bow. I would love to have a bow, to be honest.
You like that?
Just a little button again. No! No! Oh god. Oh no. I'm just gonna, like, you know, play on alternatives games while I wait for this one to load. Maybe I should get my own track music and just play that for a while. Wonder when this game will load up fully. Probably just gonna be sitting here till the day I die, waiting for a loading screen that will never come. Oof. It's a bad day for stock markets in general. Good day for currencies, bad day for stock markets. Oh god, that doesn't look great. Oh, that's alright. Looks like there's a market improvement. The upsides of the rest of the market going down is that cryptos have gone up. Ugh. Restart the game. Do you think that'll make it quicker? Alright.